Hey guys, so I am back playing around with the TCL, the 55P605 series TV, which I like to call the performance, the P series TV. And another feature that I wanted to show you guys is this TV is the ability to play or to display Dolby Vision. Now, I want to tell you a little bit more about Dolby Vision. Now, Dolby Vision is a standard created by Dolby to allow the capture and playback to a much higher dynamic range images than is normally captured by the current standards for TV. So basically, every TV that you watch follows the same standard, which creates a limit of how bright and how dark you can have an image. That way, no matter what TV you have, the image will look the same, or at least with the same amount of brightness or shadows. Now, the current standard for HD TVs is called the Rec 709, which limits the dynamic range in units called nits. Therefore, all these HDR standards were created with higher dynamic range to allow more shadows and more details, and that new standard is called the Rec 2020, and is capable of displaying much more colors, and it also has a much wider color gamut. However, it does not specify the dynamic range. Now, one issue of not having a good dynamic range is that when you get a bright colors, it goes closer to white. So let's say that you have a blue sky image. In order for you to make the sky brighter, you have to make the blue pixels brighter, but in that limited dynamic range, it's only going to push it more to white. So the colors are going to look more washed out instead. So Dolby Vision is a standard that fixes a lot of all these problems. It has a much higher dynamic range and a much wider color gamut. So basically what this means is that you are going to have scenes that are more realistic, because it's going to be able to display more shades and brightness of each color. So this TCL TV is capable of doing that. It's giving us that option that only usually high-end TVs offer. So let's check it out, some images, and also I'm going to compare this to the Samsung KS8500, which also has HDR. It's not Dolby Vision, but it does have HDR capabilities. So let's do this, guys. Alright guys, so I'll leave you guys with this different scenes. You can pause if you want to see the difference, but it's very noticeable, HDR versus Dolby Vision. Now also keep in mind that this TCL's TV, it has a far superior local dimming, much better contrast for much quality image. So that's it for me right now. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm Joelster, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Joelster out.